Well, hello, I'm in my blog cabin, or vlog cabin again. It's beginning to get a bit darker, but I think there's still time to do a vlog. And want to introduce you to my new toy. Here it is. It's amazing the things you do when you find you've got a bit of time in your hands after forced retirement. And I decided I wanted to take up another instrument other than the piano. And not that I've mastered the piano by any means, but I just fancied having a go at something else. And I decided in this. Now, those of you who are looking at it and know my height will probably think it's a guitar made to measure for somebody that's 5'4". And that'd be very cruel of you to think that. It's actually a ukulele. And don't ask me why. I just felt for some reason I wanted to learn the ukulele. And it's strange, it's one of these things that happen sometimes. Just when I was thinking that, my wife Morag suggested that I should, why didn't I learn the ukulele? And so that's what I'm trying to do. And so if you want Bob Marley's Three Little Birds and Down by the Riverside, that's as far as I've reached. So if you think that would make a good sort of worship set, I'm Your Man, Bob Marley's Three Little Birds and Down by the Riverside. If you want me, just phone me up and I'll try and fit you in. Well, here's the ukulele, and you know, one thing that really interests me is it's not like the guitar, despite looking quite similar in smaller version. In the guitar, for example, if I was to pluck the strings, from this point they would all go down the way, but in the ukulele, this fourth string actually goes up the way. So instead of going down as you would expect, the ukulele actually goes up the way. And what I find very confusing is that in my preliminary lessons in this toy, I've found that some people are replacing that high string up here with a low string, so that the strings do progress downwards, like a guitar, even though the strings would be different notes, but the progression would be down the way. So they're making it like a mini guitar. I don't see the point in that. It's something to do with that top high string that gives the ukulele its unique sound. And so I don't really understand why you would buy a ukulele and try and turn it into a guitar. Try and turn it into something that spoils its unique sound. I think there's a lesson in that, isn't there? And the lesson would be that we should delight in the unique person that God has made us to be. We should try and find out our unique destiny, our unique ministry, our unique calling, as well as our unique identity in Christ, and be content with that, and be happy in that, and rejoice in that, and not try and turn ourselves into another instrument. The thing is, we've all got our place as instruments of worship in the symphony of worship. I was just mucking about, you know, that old song about make me an instrument of worship. That's the first lines. I'll not pray anymore, Lord, make me an instrument of worship. And that's where the song begins, but you remember how it progresses to, Lord, make us a symphony of worship. So much of our unhappiness is because we're not living out who we are, who we really are as uniquely created and redeemed individuals. I think it's Brennan Manning that said he was once advised by a black preacher, be who you is, not who you ain't. Because if you is who you ain't who you is. I hope my latest friend here, it's a very pretty little thing. I hope that will encourage you just to be yourself, not to look with envy, not to compare yourself with anybody else, to be the unique instrument that you are. You'll never gain security by comparing yourself with any other. That's only the way to unhappiness and a competitiveness that actually can become quite dark. You know, mirror, mirror on the wall, who is the fairest of them all. There's always going to be somebody around who's more beautiful than you, more handsome than you, who's more gifted than you, who even in the area that you're gifted in is more gifted than you in that area. And to compare ourselves or to envy another or to seek to emulate another in the wrong sense, because only if we become like them will we be secure. That really is the way to unhappiness. You're God's unique work of art. I think it's pretty silly. I'm sure they've got reasons for doing it, but I think it's pretty silly to take a unique instrument like the ukulele with its high fourth string and turn it into really a botched up guitar. So I guess that sort of sums it up. I remember somebody doing a children's talk, and they ended up just confusing the children because their last point was he got sort of caught up in showing the children all these different types of stones, and his last point without any explanation was be a stone for Jesus, which of course made absolutely no sense to the children. I want to say something equally bizarre. Be a ukulele. Don't be a botched up guitar. So God bless. And maybe you're waiting to hear Three Little Birds by Bob Marley, or Down by the Riverside, good old fashioned foot stomping revival sort of song. Well, ask me to your church to lead you in worship and you'll hear them. God bless.